morning. I get so excited when things work out the way they supposed to. Good morning, y'all. Y'all know I am Miss Cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. And listen, y'all know I come to y'all just the way I am so that I don't have to get all dressed up, pumped up, all that, because God woke me up like this morning, and he accepts me just the way I am. And guess who else accepts me just the way I am? Me. And so that's why we're going to have some fun today, because I'm relaxed. And well, I'm relaxed most of the time. And most of y'all are snowed in, if not everybody to some extent. All right. But listen, I got everything laid out for y'all, but I just wanted to come on every day just the way I am. Where's my, oh, wait a minute now. I forgot something. Y'all stay right there. Y'all stay right there. When I say I'm transparent, I am transparent. All right. Okay. Oh, Lord, I love you. Okay. So, many of you say, Edwina, why do you do this? Why? Why do you do this? Huh? And my question is, why you want to know? Just accept it, right? Okay. So first, I thank you for tuning in, and I'm going to start off by washing my face. Okay. I'm just letting y'all know that my God woke me up just like this, and I'm going to prepare to seek and do his will. I have my teeth soaking every night, so I'm going to, before I do that, let me brush my hair. Y'all see my shoulder? Look. Y'all see my arm? They gave me a cortisone shot, and I can move this bad boy just a little bit better. So I'm glad of that, okay? So did that, right? All right. Now, let me get my top dentures. Here they go. I don't care what y'all think about me. I don't care. I love you. I know you love me too. So. Then I'm going to get my bottom ones. Yep. Good morning. See, I'm the same person, but I wash my face, I brush my hair, and I put my dentures in. What has changed about me? Nothing. Just the outer appearance, but the spirit is the same. And that's why I come on just the way I am and do what I do, because it's not about the physical, it's about the spiritual. So let me give my God the honor, the praise, the glory, the hallelujah, the worship, the acknowledgement, and more important, recognizing that he is. Yes. He chose me to rise this morning. Obviously, if you're watching right now, he chose you to rise, and therefore we need to just embrace the beauty of being chosen this day that will never, ever come again. And so we are going to have a good time this morning. Every day is a good time for me. Y'all talking about New Year, you better say it's a new day. It's a new day. See, God is on sacred time. Man is on sacred time. So I prefer to look at every day as a new day, a holiday, a blessed day, and a gift. Okay? So I got that on. So welcome to the Free to Hope conversation with Edwina B. That me, y'all. And you know what Free to Hope stands for? Hold on. Let me put it on here. Free to Hope stands for From Recovery, Emerge Empowered, to give hope to others, help others prosper equally. Now, this new day, every day, I've added something to my introduction to verify that I know what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And that is, I added authentic and transparent. Free to hope, authentic and transparent conversation with Edwina B. That me, y'all, Miss Cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. Okay? So many of you think what you think about me, and I don't even know what you think about me, but I know what God thinks about me, and I know what I think about myself, and I think that's about does it. So today is January the 6th, and secular time, calendar time, and all that. But for me, today is a new day. And so, because of the weather around the world, because of the world in itself, I can only focus on right here, right now, and what my God, who chose me to wake up this morning, wants me to do today. And that's just to be of service to him so that he can prepare me to be of service to others. Okay? And so that's what I'm going to do. Look, here go my little dollar glasses, right? Listen, my mother always told me, right? You may not have what you want, but you have what you need. And as long as I can see who needs another handle. And that's the beauty of being set free, y'all. I don't have to be perfect because I'm not. The illusion that perfection exists is only an illusion, okay? But I need to be satisfied with making progress. And so when I simplify things, like, I didn't have to buy a whole roll of washcloths and towels. I got a paper towel to wash my face. I got some Listerine in a cup, and I place my dentures in it, right? I got me a dollar brush from the dollar store to brush my hair, right? I even got my little dollar glasses from the dollar store. They now $1.25. But anyway, but you see what I mean? Being authentic and transparent is learning, welcoming, and embracing who you were destined to be. And I thank my God that I've been on this earthly journey for 69 years as of December the 16th. And coming up on February the 23rd of 2025, we will be celebrating 35 years from co-occurring disorders where God met me, delivered me from underneath a parked car to be sitting here before you sharing my story, my experience, my strength, my hope, and my journey. Okay? So free to hope. From recovery, emerge empowered to give hope to others, help others prosper equally, but only if it's authentic and transparent. God placed that person in front of my life years ago, and I made up my mind then, Lord, if you keep me sober long enough, I want to be able to share just like her. She said it. She said she did it. She said she felt how she did it when she did it. She didn't put no chase on it. I mean, when I say girlfriend was raw in front of all these people, I was like, that message was for nobody but me. And I hope I can do the same for just one person. Because that's all he asked me, just touch one. Just touch one. And it's none of my business who it is, but I have to be obedient and just be who he has made me as a result of being underneath that parked car almost 35 plus years ago, where he met me there, prepared me, delivered me, molded and shaped me, and put me on this spiritual path called recovery, and a 12-step spiritual program called Alcoholics Anonymous, and all the other 12-step programs that modeled its challenges behind. As a matter of fact, I attended a NA, Narcotics Anonymous virtual meeting last night just to hear some conversations before I went to sleep. And so I thank God that when I cried out, whoever they say you are to take me out this life or show me a better way, I had no idea where I was going, but I knew exactly where I came from. And I did not want to go back to that. So I make a decision every day to stick with this because it signifies when the student is ready the teacher will appear. And once we have our one and only knee bowing experience, the victory of surrender, we will be put on a path where the spiritual student becomes ready and the spiritual teachers appear. Okay, so let's go through some announcements. I want to thank AJ Hardy wasn't on this morning, but I tuned in to my other person, and listen, girlfriend Felicia, was up, and she was cracking me up. I love people who just like me. Just relax, chill. Don't take it so doggone serious. Speak what's in your heart. Speak what the Spirit gives you. Just be yourself. I are only the vessel, and we need to ask what Spirit is operating through. And so I practice on a daily basis, allowing this vessel to demonstrate, model, present the fruit of the Spirit. And so thank you, Felicia, for your authenticity and transparency and just being you. Oh my God, it's so freeing. Yes, okay. All right, so I want to thank her for that. I guess AJ will be on tomorrow. We'll see. The other thing that I want to announce, right? Where are my... I don't know what's going on. Okay. Wait a minute, y'all. There's one thing about this technology. Okay, here we go. All right, so many of you know CCC, Community Communications Corporation, has been relaunched. I'm just going to keep sharing about it because it's the truth. Dr. Benjamin Trimby Brown, the late Dr. Benjamin Trimby Brown, passed to me the torch, and Don Thomas the torch, so that we, holding his hand in the Lord's hand, to continue to make the positive outshine the negative. So CCC is relaunched. That means we didn't take everything from the foundation. We didn't eliminate everything that was successful. What we did was come together, pray together, build together, restructure together, reorganize together, so that we can expand the old with the new and the future. Okay? And so, therefore, CCC has been relaunched. Now, you are going to be hearing in the coming presentations that we are embarking on a fundraising campaign that's going to start with announcement about upcoming fundraiser telethons, right? And as we set up these telethon announcements via Channel 28, WDEL, WLIM, GoFundMe, and whatever other platform that we can raise funds so that we can increase what Twin left us in the black, $26.90. Yay! But we want to add 2 more zeros to that, okay? So we are going to be informing you how you can support us financially, in kind, materialistically, physically, structurally, and most importantly, your willingness to be a part of the solution and not a part of the problem, and making the positive outshine the negative. However, I have added personally that we need to address the negative issues and bring some information, resources, right? So that we can turn that negative also into a positive. So that's my added spin on making the positive outshine the negative. Because guess what? It's all God's world, and it's all about Him. There's no negative things in God's world. We as human beings need to be our brothers, sisters, and keepers. And so I thank God for using me. So we're going to be generating funds for our operating expenses. We're looking for a 5,000 square footage facility. We would love for you to donate it. 5,000 square feet, that's all we need, right? And we also need to acquire some additional state-of-the-art equipment and accessories, because Twin stuff is, but Don Thomas got it all, boy. He is on the money, right? We also want to enhance our professional, technical, and our software support. We definitely want to acquire various types of furniture for each set. Brandywine Counseling has been helping us throughout the years and will continue to help us. And then I took it out, but I'm going to put it back in because I want to show you. I have Twinzo Van, his mobile studio. It's all beat up and whatever, but it still runs, but it needs some repairs. I also have the Blue Bus, where I let Twin use that to transport students to and from the video production workshop. And it appears that Sammy Congo and Sherry Congo will be donating their shuttle bus as well. And so we will be looking to repair, enhance, maybe buy some additional vehicles so that we can be mobile, be accessible, and provide transportation to and from our youth and our seniors, and to go on different platforms to document. I need to say that CCC was very, very instrumental in this past week's press release and on Marcus Garvey and requesting his exoneration. So I want to thank Alicia Clark and the whole team that is behind her and the foundation that is leading this phenomenal exhibition so that we can have him exonerated, because he didn't do anything. As a matter of fact, he is a pioneer in man's history. So we were able to weather the storm. We were able to weather the internet problems. And I just want to thank CCC, particularly Don Thomas, his wife, Lyric Thomas, and I think his name was Paul and Derek, right? Those are the CCC team, camera team. And so on behalf of Alicia Clark, we want to thank you for tuning in. And please go to YouTube and type in Alicia Clark or the Marcus Garvey exoneration campaign to have him exonerated, okay? The other announcement I think I want to make is, because listen, y'all, I got time. I'm just relaxed, All right, so let's see what else. Okay, all right, so we have today's topic for today. All righty, so let me give you a summary, a synopsis, okay? So before I do that, just let me go here. Many of you know, by being a part of a 12-step spiritual program within a 12-step spiritual fellowship, 24/7, I have been connected to my fellow members of Alcoholics Anonymous around the world by Zoom. Yes. I have been on meetings with members from Africa, Australia, Hawaii, India. And I'm telling y'all, there is nothing like the fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous. There's nothing like the fellowship that God blessed over nearly 90 years ago after learning from the two previous movements on how to deal with the illness of the disease of alcoholism, okay? And doesn't matter how you twist it, how you say it, but Alcoholics Anonymous is the founding parent company, parent organization, fellowship of the 12-step spiritual program, not religious program, not medical program. So I'm glad I chose and choose to be with the parent company. I ain't mad at nobody else because they all use the same spiritual principles and they're all within a 12-step spiritual fellowship. So, and attending Zoom around the world, oh my God. When I say I automatically feel at home, I automatically feel welcome, I automatically am at ease, like that sense of belonging. I'm amongst my people. And we just sit and listen and we share our experience, our strength, and our hope. We give respect. We provide empathy. We have compassion. We try to understand them to be understood. And I'm telling y'all can't even imagine. People on the Zoom, some people smoking their cigarette, drinking coffee, tea, but they're in a relaxed mode. There's no pretense. There's no this and there's no that and there's no. It's all about humility. It's all about being humble. It's all about being a student and letting the various teachers appear. And so I thank God that I am expanding my base in terms of getting connected to more people. Many of you know I've been traveling up and down the state of Delaware with different contracts and different proposals, and I get to stop in and go to different meetings and wind up running into some people that I met nearly 35 years ago who said, she ain't gonna make it. She ain't gonna make it. She ain't gonna make it. All righty then. Okay. Thank God I didn't listen to you. But I love you anyway because I understand. Because I did the same thing. I don't do it anymore. Because I learned by applying these spiritual principles that each and every one of us have been selected for an assignment before we were given the gift to come on this earthly journey within a sinful world and with a sinful nature. And so I've learned through my one knee bowing experience, being introduced to a 12-step spiritual program within a spiritual fellowship, to learn and apply them to all earthly matters so that I can just touch one more like someone touched me. And one of the things that we use on a regular basis is the daily reflection readings, okay? Now, there are 12 steps, there are 12 traditions, and there are 12 concepts. The 12 and 12 is where we break down the steps and the traditions in a more detailed way. We have our big book called Alcoholics Anonymous, which we deem as our Bible, if you will. And don't you know that this 12 steps came out of the Bible? Yes. Okay. So we just focus on the spiritual aspect, not religion. But guess what? All information is useful as long as we apply spirituality first. Huh? Yeah, yeah. I had it backwards, right? But that's okay. And so the daily reflections reading concentrates on traditions and steps during that month. So the whole month of January, we will be focusing on step 1 and tradition 1. Okay. And so step 1 says, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives became unmanageable. Right. Right. And so with the AA traditions, my personal recovery depends upon AA unity. Okay. So we will be focusing on the first step in the first tradition during the month of January. And I would highly suggest that you go to aa.org and start reading up on Alcoholics Anonymous and recognize that these 12 spiritual principles can be applied to any and all facets of our life. They are all spiritually based, right? And so when we talk about the spiritual transformation to achieve a psychic change that challenges our thinking, right? And so we can have those spiritual experiences, awakenings, and an unlimited amount of spiritual breakthroughs, you have to have spiritual information. Yes, you just have to, particularly when the spiritual student becomes ready, so that the spiritual teachers can continue to appear. And I'm prayerful that I am providing at least one person, and I know I am. I know I'm doing God's will. I know I'm walking in my purpose. I know I'm walking in my calling. I know I'm walking in my order steps, and I know I'm achieving my destiny. One person at a time. I know it, convinced of it, and love it. Okay, so let's talk about the AA reading for today. Okay, now look at the title. Look at the title, y'all. It says here, let me put it bigger, okay? Let me put it bigger, right? Let me put it bigger, okay? It says here, right? The victory of surrender, okay? Now, the title for June the 6th AA Daily Reflection says, the victory of surrender, okay? So let me do this. I want you to take off your physical ears and put on your spiritual ears. I want you to take off your physical glasses and put on your spiritual glasses, okay? Because there is a difference, right? And if it takes a couple times, that's fine, okay? And you may hear me the first time, which is good. But the second time I come around, I need you to practice listening, dissecting each and every word, because we are going to decipher each and every word, okay? So let's put it on the full screen, okay? It says here, the victory of surrender. So our person's co-founders in recovery extracts a quote from page 21 of the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. And it states, we perceive that only through utter defeat are we able to take our first steps toward liberation and strength. Our admission of personal powerlessness finally turned out to be firm bedrock upon which happy and purposeful lives may be built. Okay? The person in recovery shares their experience by saying, hello there, Lynn. Oh, hiya, Lynn. So the person in recovery shares this. Now listen. From their perspective, they says, when alcohol influenced every facet of my life, when bottles became the symbol of all my self-indulgence and permissiveness, when I came to realize that by myself, I could do nothing to overcome the power of alcohol. Ooh, I can't wait to dissect that, Lynn. Oh my God, let me keep on now. They continue to say, in surrender, I found victory. Victory over my selfish self-indulgence, victory over my stubbornness, my stubborn resistance to life as it was given to me. When I stopped fighting anything or anybody, I started on the path to sobriety, serenity, and peace. Oh, my. Woo. Y'all ready? You ready, Lynn? Okay. So, Lynn, since you're the only one on right now that I can see, let me ask you this question. First of all, victory. When you hear the word victory, what comes to your mind? Okay. Looking back over your life, those who are listening and didn't comment, when you think of the word victory, okay? Now, I often have to associate words with tangible experiences in my past so I can get a better understanding to the point where I can come to a greater understanding based on what the author is trying to tell me. Okay. So when I think about victory, I used to be a basketball player. I used to run track. I even ran and was voted the class vice president. I won first place as a model. I won second place as a ping pong champion. And so in those situations, I understand victory, right? Victory, okay? I understand victory. I did not lose. I did not fall behind. I had victory. I won, depending upon the level of winning. But victory. Yes, victory and not defeat. Victory, okay? All right, so, and then, okay, as I went on in my life, thinking about the word victory, when I applied for jobs, when I applied for promotions. Some denied, some were successful. I felt victory. I felt victory when I got a promotion. Okay. So victory continues on in my thinking process. Okay. Even with self, right? When I see myself in one way and I turn something around, I do something differently, I think I've created victory within my image, my look. I don't know, but it's that sense of yes, yes, better. Yes, I won. Yes. Okay. So victory. Now, I even had to take it further during my addiction. Oh, yes. Anytime that I came in with the money, the drugs, and the liquor, I felt a sense of like empowerment. And as soon as the money start going, the drugs start going, and the liquor start going, right? I began to feel defeat, right? Until such time somebody knocked on the door or somebody came in. I got a phone call. They say, I got that. Come and get it. Victory. Yes, I'm going to get high all over again. Yeah. Victory. See? Okay. So victory, a state of accomplishing, a state of arising, a state of, right? So now in Alcoholics Anonymous, it's amazing how it takes on a different perspective, right? And it's entitled The Victory of Surrender. Now, when men, women, whoever were going to war, they surrendered the white flag, right? And they were the ones who surrendered the white flag. They were the losers. They had to surrender, right? And the ones who they surrendered to were the victors, right? So you have one who's experienced the victory, and you have one who is surrendering, okay? Now, when we think about that, many times in Alcoholics Anonymous, we get to evaluate situations of why we surrendered, okay? And so let's take example of the war. They surrendered because they had less men. They surrendered, know thyself. They surrendered because the other team had better equipment. They surrendered because they saw that they will be defeated. And there's this sense of submission. We don't have it. I ain't got it. I might as well give up. I might as well surrender. Okay? Now, you can look at that analogy in different ways, shapes, and forms to get a better understanding. So this is what I have to do in order for me, who suffer from co-occurring disorders of mental illness and substance abuse, addiction. I have to unravel these situations so I can get a better understanding from a spiritual nature, from a spiritual perspective, okay? And so now that I shared that with you, the victory of surrender. Now, so during my addiction, not knowing I had the disease of alcoholism, right? That it was always progressive. Now, how did I know it was progressive? In hindsight. Everything is like in hindsight, right? And so most of us, some of us with co-occurring disorders, we start off like normal people, drinking socially and da-da-da-da-da. And we, do the social thing. We pick it up, put it down. We pick it up, we put it down. We put it down, pick it up later. We pick it up, put it down. But we don't see the progression of keep picking it up. Yeah. Why do I keep picking it up? Why do I feel like I need that? Why do I feel that outside substance is going to do what? So the reality is spiritually, and here's the question: why am I always picking up something from the outside, good, better, and different, to fill a void, to feel better on the inside? That didn't make sense to me when somebody said it. But as I began to do my 4-step inventory and I began to find out what happened to me and not what's wrong with me, so the question became, this is just the outside substance, right? So why did I find the need to keep picking it up? And as I kept picking it up, it was progressing. You see? You see? To the point where it progressed to, that's all I did was pick it up all day, every day, because I had built up a tolerance for this, and that, and I needed more and more and more and more. But the point is, I kept picking up, not just kept picking up that. I picked up this, I picked up that, I combined this, I combined that, and everything was external. Everything was external. Why am I searching for something out there to help me feel better in here? Couldn't fathom them. And that's fine. Couldn't fathom them, right? Okay. So because of that perpetuation of that progression of picking up, drinking, drugs, sex, clothes, gambling, right? Those things began to take control over my life. They said the moment you think you have to control something, you're already out of control. Okay, so now, as I am going through my progression and I'm seeing moments of victory, artificial. During my progression to want to stop and get better, I see moments of victory, artificial, not spiritual at all. No, not at all. I've learned through my journey, once you have that one and only knee-bowing experience, there's no need to pick it up ever again. Okay? And so that's where my progression took me, and the victory for me was total surrender. Oh, yes. Total surrender. That anything and everything that's outside of me that I use to try to make me feel better, I need to surrender, because that's not the spiritual solution. It's a temporary fix. Now, I'm like, yo, I didn't know none of this. Trust me, I did not know. But I am one person who seek information. I want to understand, then to be understood. Help me to find out what's happened to me and not what I thought was wrong with me, right? And so now I understand the victory of surrender. One, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol, drugs, gambling, We admit it. My pattern substantiates. I'm convinced. I even said it. I admitted complete defeat that alcohol, drugs, and all the lifestyles had me licked and everything else. It damn near killed me. Trying this and trying that and trying it. Okay. An illusion. Trying to chase something that was never there. I didn't know. Okay. And that's why for me, living on this journey called Earth and applying all of these spiritual principles, tools, and resources to all these earthly situations, circumstances, and people, yes, the ultimate is the victory of spiritual surrender. I surrender all. I surrender all. And so that's why with the first step in Alcoholics Anonymous has to be done 100%. And it's only going to be done that whatever it takes, whatever progression, whatever it takes for you to have that one and only knee-bowing experience where you surrender all. It's just that simple. Now, okay? So let's get into a little bit more of what the reading says, right? Now, the persons who wrote this literature obviously were divinely inspired, obviously, and chosen because of their gift of articulation and expression. I didn't know I had the gift of articulation, and I didn't know. I'm not reading a teleprompter. I'm not reading a script. It's all coming from the heart. You know, huh? And so because we were chosen, God knew exactly who he wanted for this particular pathway, right? And so it says here, we who are in a 12-step recovery program based on the victory of surrender states, we perceived that only through utter defeat are we able to take our first steps toward liberation and strength. Oh, can we dissect that baby, huh? We perceive. Do you hear that? We perceive. That's why perception and perspective is many and varied, because everybody has one, right? But here, those who are afflicted with the disease of addiction, alcoholism, mental illness, we collectively, we people like us with the disease of alcohol, we perceive that only through utter defeat. Utter defeat. Oh my God! Now, Chris, know thyself. Okay, Lynn. What does utter defeat mean to you? Share with me in a comment, or if you choose to, what in your life were you forced to come to terms with something or somebody, right, that you had to admit, right, utter defeat. Utter defeat. Now, I'm cooking for Cocoa Pops, right? Now, sometimes I just got to keep it real simple, real crazy, right? I just turned 69. God willing, I'll be 70 in December, right? And my mind tells me that I can do something, that I'm good at something. That's what my mind tells me, right? And for whatever reason, I want to disregard what my body is telling me. Sounds familiar? Okay. So I'm thinking that I'm as fast as I was when I was running track. I think I was 67 then. And I'm going to challenge my grandchildren for a race. Do I need to say anything else? You see what I mean? So utter defeat. I was defeated even before I even came up with the idea, right? But there's certain things in our lives that we are going to have to experience, must experience, will experience, where we experience utter defeat. What area was that in your life? Okay. Mine proved to be alcoholism, drug addiction, right? So it says here, right? We perceive that only, not sometimes, not this time, not that, only is a strong word, y'all. Only. Please pay attention to these words. We perceive, right? Right? That only through utter defeat are we what? Are we able to take our first steps toward liberation and strength? You mean to tell me out of the most humiliating, or one of the most humiliating experiences of my life, underneath that parked car, getting high with and doing all kind of sexual favors for my own stepson. How humiliating could that be? When everything was said and done, he said, bitch, I'ma tell my dad on you, bitch. I ain't taking you nowhere, bitch. You're just one of those other scums of the earth. Yes. Look at you. Got STDs. Look at you. Your face all sunken in. Look at you. You're 90 pounds. And my dad wanted to marry you. You wait till I tell him what you did and doing for me. You bitch. Mm. 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 I heard him. I heard him. Look at you. Look what you're doing. Look where you at. Look what you've done. I heard him. Not did I just hear him. I became furious, angry, distraught. But in reality, I felt hopeless. I felt helpless. I felt worthless. Yes, it was camouflaged by anger and this and that, but I was hurting. I was hopeless. I was helpless. Why am I doing this? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Yeah, what's wrong with me? Ooh. The courage came from, unbeknownst to me now, then, that I start running from him as if I was running for my life because he wanted to do harm to me. And as I was running, y'all, when we talked about the victory of surrender, when I was running from him, a flashback from my past, a sense of victory, playing hide and seek. Nobody can find you when you get the best place to hide. Victory. As I ran, I saw those slew of cars, and that flashback says, Edwina, just like if you get under the bed, if you get under the car, he won't get to you. You'll have victory. Get underneath the car. You'll be safe. Get underneath the car. And that's what I did. And that's what I did. I put myself underneath the car in what I would deem as a very, 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 in man's opinion, a very humiliating situation. Man would think that I thought that, but God, who I didn't know. He didn't know. He knows when his child is ready. And that humiliating experience was my first step into liberation and strength. Because I cried out to this God that I didn't know, whoever they say you are, whoever they say you are, whoever they say you are, take me out, 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 take me out. Oh, show me a better way, show me a better way, show me a better way. Through utter defeat, we were able to see how our first steps toward you liberation and strength was accomplished. Yes. So I understand exactly what that said. Okay? He goes on to say, right? Our admissions of personal powerlessness, our admissions, total victory, our admissions of personal, our admission of personal powerlessness I'm not talking about the powerlessness of that person. I'm talking about our own powerlessness, where we think we got control, where we think we got power, where we think we can do this. We can't do a damn thing. The illusion. All designed. Don't get it twisted. It's all designed until we get on that spiritual search for the spiritual truth. Because according to the 5 agreements by the Uwees family, it's all a big lie. Right? And so it says here, right? That's why each and every one has to go through this alone. Mama can't go with you. Daddy can't go with you. Your children can't go with you. This is one road you have to go alone. You came in this world alone, and you're going to die alone. Okay? So it says here, right? Right? It says here. It says here, right? Our admission of personal powerlessness. What did it do? What did it do? What did it do? At the moment of total surrender, at the moment of total defeat, what did it do? It finally turned out to be firm, bedrock. Oh my God, I get so excited. That's why I'm cooking for Cocoa Pops. Oh my God. It says right. Our admissions of personal powerlessness, finally, all those times I tried to substitute liquor for marijuana for beer for no beer, finally, powerlessness finally turns out to be firm bedrock upon which what? Upon which when we talk about having our heaven here on earth, here it is, upon which happy and purposeful lives may be built. Did y'all get that? Huh? Y'all know I am living my heaven here on earth. Y'all know that, right? Right. Y'all know it, right? Y'all can see it. Y'all can feel it, right? If you don't believe it, keep coming back, right? Oh, my God. Free from recovery, emerge empowered to give hope to others, help others prosper equally, but it has to be authentic and transparent. To thy own self be true, right? To thy own self be true too. There they join. To thy own self be true, huh? Oh my God. Oh. To thy own self be true. When I did my 4-step inventory, I found out what happened to Edwina. I told Edwina from my perspective, my perception, the truth of what I thought and what I felt at that time. In that situation, during that circumstance. You only know what you know when you know it. So that's why I can't continue no longer blame myself for lack of information or ignorance, because I didn't know. But how much and how often do we beat ourselves up? I coulda, I shoulda, you coulda, it'da, woulda, what? Nothing. Because you didn't do it. I didn't do it. All right. And so this is the hit before I get down to what the person says, right? He says here, our admissions of personal powerlessness finally turns out to be firm bedrock upon which happy and purposeful lives can be built. Hey, y'all. Are you living a happy and purposeful life? Really? Are you? Huh? I don't know. But you know I am. Why? Because of these 12 spiritual principles, tools, and resources within a 12-step spiritual fellowship, offering principles, tools, resources to apply to all earthly matters, people, places, and things. Yes, yes. To be totally free, to be totally authentic and transparent. Tell myself the truth. When I tell myself the truth, I ain't got a problem telling you the truth. I just got to pick and choose when to say it. All right, so let's go down to this part, right? Okay, I got a few more minutes, right? It says here, this person, he says, when alcohol influenced every facet of my life, right? So let's stop there. When alcohol influenced every facet of my life, okay? So this is what we mean when we go by the fourth inventory. Think about what has made your life unmanageable, what is making your life unmanageable, what you do not want to concede that you're powerless over. And so think about that situation, that person, that circumstance, right? So when blank, so you fill in the blank, right? For me, it's alcohol, okay? So when alcohol influenced every facet of my life, every facet of my life. Now, I'm not going to break it down because every means every. Every facet of my life. You know what every facet is. I ain't got to break it down. I want to get to the solution by becoming aware and acknowledging, yes, that alcohol influenced every aspect of my life, right? I'm looking at it, right? When bottles became the symbol of all my self-indulgence and permissiveness. When bottles, what is it for you? Shopping, sex, women, when bottles, what is it for you? Work, what is it for you? Shoes, what? When the bottle, when the actual tangible, right? What? When the bottle. Now emotional is something else, but I'm talking about tangible things. What did we pick up? What did we use? What did we buy? What? Right? So it says here, it says, right. When bottles, alcoholics, became the symbol of all my self-indulgence and permissiveness, when I came to realize that, by myself, woo! Did you hear that? No matter what other people see in you, no matter what they think about you, no matter how they think you're doing, guess who really needs to see it, feel it, accept it is you, is me. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Let me read it again. It says, right? When alcohol influenced every facet of my life, when bottles became the symbol of all my self-indulgence and permissiveness, when I came to realize that by myself, right, I could do nothing to overcome the power of alcohol, right? I could do nothing to overcome the power of alcohol. I realized I had no recourse except surrender. All right. So you want it, you asked for it, here you go. You know what helped me get in touch with my powerlessness? It took God using other people who know about us, who are among us with co-occurring disorders, addiction and mental illness, right? So it was in this one rehab, out of my 3 but 4 visits, 2 were the same, that this counselor said to me, Edwina, we want you to come to the treatment room. Okay. I get in there. And she says, Edwina, the case manager says this, the counselor says this, the psychiatrist, and you're not listening to anybody. You just, you know. But they also said you got all advice and information for everybody else. So she said, okay, Edwina, I just need you to help me with something, okay? Since nobody can tell you nothing, why don't you tell us about you? And this is what I want y'all to do. I said, what do you mean? She said, I want you to tell the 8 of us about you. And this is what I want you to focus it on. What happens to you every time you pick up a drink or a drug? I was like, huh? What you mean what happens? Yeah. Tell us from beginning to end what happens to you every time you pick up a drug. In other words, Edwina, what is your pattern? And only you can tell us that. We don't know what your pattern is. We got an idea, but only you can tell us what your pattern is. So I was like, oh, okay. Now I'm not going to do it now because of the time element, but when I have my upcoming 35th anniversary next month, I'm going to focus in on my pattern, because that's what's going to help each and every one get to the next spiritual step where we all need to go, but in God's time, with our willingness to go. So after I shared my pattern from beginning to end, with all situations, circumstances, conditions, when I went through the whole kit and caboodle, she looked at me and said, Edwina, based on what you just said, what happens to you every time you pick up a drink or a drug, what you just shared about the same patterns that you repeat over and over again, based on what you just shared, do you think you are powerless over alcohol? I was like, wow, you damn right. Oh my God. I heard myself tell myself the truth. You see? I got to get ready to go, but you see what I mean, right? And so, listen, y'all, right? It says here, right? So he says, where you at? Oh my God, Edwina, what are you doing? Escape full screen. Okay. I get nervous, and now I'm exit full screen. Okay. So now what I want to be able to do is to share with you all, right, how I'm able to, let me remove this and then put it back. Okay. Let me remove it and put it back. Okay. So see what I mean? You just got to practice patience. I got excited. Okay. So it says here, when alcohol influenced every facet of my life, when bottles became the symbol of all my self-indulgence and permissiveness, when I came to realize that by myself, I could do nothing to overcome the power of alcohol, I realized I had no recourse except surrender. Now, that was totally based on them giving me the opportunity and phrase it in a way with the question, since nobody can tell you about you, let you tell us about you. What happens every time you trick? What happens every time you lust? What happens every time you gamble? What happens every time you sex out? What happens to you? How does that make your life unmanageable? Tell us what happens to make your life unmanageable. Why do I keep going back? Why do you keep picking it up? Why? It's through our willingness to want to know, why do I keep going back? What happened to give me that attitude, idea, and behavior? What situation caused that? I need to figure it out based on what I just told myself and heard myself tell the truth about me from my perspective, from my perception. Yes. From my pattern. Yes. You see how these 12 steps, man, you get in there and look, listen, that's why I'm cooking for Cocoa Pop, because I dig. Listen, I want to know, right? And so here it is. Through all of that, I got to evaluate everything. And at the end, all that culminated me being underneath that parked car in that demonic position with my stepson, in that soul sickness. He was just as sick as I was. That's what it took. That is what had to happen. Because what? It did happen. How did it happen? Why did it happen? It's the purpose of going through the 12 spiritual steps so that you can become aware. And when I can become aware, not to fall back into those traps. To get some spiritual awakening experiences, breakthroughs, to learn about all the earthly traps that are waiting for you to fall and stumble and go back to that. Hell no. Oh, hell no. No. I ain't going back to that. Listen, okay? And so that's for me what that sentence stands for, okay? So let me go to the final phrase, right? So all of that, you'll come to the realization that you need to surrender, right? Okay? And so that's what they mean, right? Come on. Where you at? All right? Where you at? All right. Now, so when it says here, right? All right. Let me put it over here. Wait. All right, wait a minute. Why can't I get this thing? Oh, here it is. Okay. But I want it to be bigger. Okay. So here it is. Okay, here it is. I got it. See, patience, right? Okay, it says here, right? This is the one I need. Right here. Yeah, there you go. So it says, in surrender. Now check this out, y'all. Check this out. Hey, Tonda. Hey, y'all, check this out. Right? So listen. It says, now you fill in your substitute. You fill in your flavor. When blank influenced every facet of my life, when blank became the symbol of all my self-indulgence and permissiveness, when I came to realize that by myself, I could do nothing to overcome the power of whatever, right? I realized I had no recourse except surrender. When you listen, hear, embrace, that song says, I surrender all. I ain't got to go back and you explain it to me. I ain't go back and add. No, I know what I surrender all means. Yes, I do. But it took a process. Now, we want to surrender this, but not that. We want to give this. And no, I surrender all means I surrender all. All to Jesus, I surrender. All to him I freely give. Lord, underneath that parked car, Tonda. Underneath that parked car, Tonda. Underneath that parked car, Tonda. Underneath that parked car. Oh my God. I'm so glad that my bottom was what it was. And each and every one of us has their own bottom, but that was mine, where I said, I surrender So in surrender, I found victory. I found victory. Oh, Lord, I'm so cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. I just love you, Lord. I found victory through my surrender, right? Yes. Listen, woo, whoa. He goes on to say, victory over what, Edwina? Victory over my selfish self-indulgence. Victory over my stubborn resistance to life as it was given to me. All right, so let's, hey, Tom, let's evaluate that. Come on. I ain't going to short y'all. Listen, right? Listen, it says here, right? So once we realized that whatever it was that brought us to our knees to have that one and only knee-bound experience, right? And we surrender all, okay? And so in that surrender, right? So we won victory over what? Over my selfish. Remember, we were born into a sinful world with a sinful nature. I understand just a little bit better victory over my selfish self-indulgence, right? In order for my God to do what he needed to do for me, I needed to become selfless and not remain selfish, right? I needed to give it all to him. I became and wanted to become a new creature. Didn't know what that meant, but that's okay. I knew what I was back there, and I didn't want to go back there, right? And then victory over my stubborn resistance. How many of us want to manage this and give God that? How many of us want to do a little bit of this and not a lot of that? How many of us want to pick and choose, right? How many of us just want to stay stuck and stupid? How many of us want to just stay stubborn? I'm right. And let me ask you a question. If you was missing just a little piece of the puzzle, is there a possibility you could be wrong? Yes. Victory over my stubborn resistance to life as it was given to me. Given to me. This gift of life was given to me, y'all. This journey was given to you, to me, to all of God's creature. It was a gift. Woo! Woo-hoo. You talking about God's understanding is nothing like ours? Of course it ain't, right? Because it ain't, right? Ain't nowhere in the world, right? So let me end by saying, when I stopped fighting anybody or anything, and even myself, when I stopped fighting, when I stopped resisting, when I stopped wanting to do it my way, when I stopped buckling, when I stopped rebellion, when I stopped all of that, I stopped. Based on what? Me telling myself and acknowledging the truth about myself that I know. God knows everything, but y'all don't know the real truth about anybody. For real. You don't, lying ass. If you think you do, you don't. You don't even know yourself. I ain't know myself. It says here, when I stop fighting myself, I'm going to put myself in it. It doesn't say, but I'm explaining why. When I stop fighting myself, because I learned how conditioned I was. I learned how brainwashed I was. I learned how domesticated I was, right? I learned to understand what happened to me, right? And Alcoholics Anonymous helped to give me an AA, attitude adjustment, because now I'm a little older and mature to find out what happened because I'm no longer in it. You can't see things while you're in it. It's only when you come out can you see. That makes sense, okay? And so when I stopped fighting underneath that parked car, I stopped. And I was put on a pathway to stop fighting anybody or anything that's going to prevent me from being molded, shaped, and prepared to do God's will after it was He and only He that delivered me. So when I stopped fighting anything and anybody, including myself, I started on the path to sobriety. Coming up on 35 years, Tonda. I'm gonna have an event. I started on the path. It didn't say completed. It said I started on the path. My addiction was progressive. My prostitution was progressive. My mental illness was progressive. And guess what is also progressive? Spiritual recovery. I'll never graduate. Don't want to graduate. Impossible. Huh? No, on the path. And in God's world, there's no end. He's the beginning, the end, the middle, but guess what? On the path to what? Staying sober. Oh, you better believe I'm going to stay sober. My gift from God was sobriety. And what is my gift to him? To stay sober and help another alcoholic achieve sobriety. Okay, that's great. That's it. However, after that, on the path to serenity, Tonda, y'all out there, y'all don't know what happened last night, you know. I don't know what happened in y'all lives either. But I was in a one of my AA virtual meetings. I told you I'm transparent, authentic, right? And I like giving tangible experiences of realistic situations. So while I'm in this AA meeting with people in Africa, Australia, Canada, India, we all on a Zoom AA meeting. And everybody is sharing their experience, strength, and hope. And I get a call. And the call says, Edwina, something's going on at your brother's house. The cops are around there, the tapes all around there, and the yellow tape. And call your brother. Okay. So I said, hold on. So let me get you right. You're at such and such. My brother, yes. I said, okay. So immediately when he said it, I did a woosah. Okay, Lord. Okay. See what I mean? Okay, Lord. I just got some information that could have. No. Okay. My brother. Okay. Philly. Okay. Let me call him. He didn't answer. Let me call him again. He didn't answer. Let me call my other brother. Let me call my sister. Okay. And as I was going through the steps of doing what I needed to do, but maintaining my peace, maintaining my relationship with my God while I'm in my AA meeting, y'all. Call came back. There were shots heard from the house. It appears that whoever's in the house is dead. Okay. Let me make a couple more calls. Made a couple more calls. And as I was waiting, I got back on my AA meeting and I let them know exactly what I was going through at that moment with them. Yes, I did. I'm smiling. You know why? Because I received the information while I was on this spiritual journey in a spiritual meeting with spiritual people. I was already in the presence of my God. And all I needed to do was to maintain my peace, my serenity, by calling on him, sharing where I am, sharing what happened, and leaving the results to God. Yes. Yes. Now, I'm not going to say all the different things that was going through my mind. I need to acknowledge that too. Did he commit suicide? Did it, when you don't have the answers, as the Louise family talks about, you start making assumptions. So I had to ask God to quiet my mind. Let me not make assumptions. Let me not project. Quiet my mind, Lord. And I was able to continue the AA meeting while getting back. Okay. And so come to find out that, yes, my brother and his son got into an altercation. My nephew, his son, suffers from mental illness. Yep, he does. My brother is an alcoholic. Functional, whatever, he's an alcoholic. He's an alcoholic. Okay. So when one co-occurring disorder meets the other co-occurring disorders, bam! They got into an altercation. When character defects clash, no one has a program. No one is taking their meds. No one is addressing their issue. Then what do you expect? Calmness? No. Peace? Serenity? No. So much so, my other brother, who was at the house, decided to leave because he saw it coming. He wanted to maintain his peace, so he left, okay? And come to find out that my brother shot at his son 11 times within the house, on his way out the house, and outside the house. And 3 bullets penetrated, but came through. Yeah. Yep. My nephew, his son, is recuperating in the hospital. My brother is locked up. Okay. And I am and have been maintaining my serenity, maintaining my peace in the midst of the storm. That is why when I say I practice applying all spiritual principles, tools, and resources to all earthly matters, I can, going to stay sober, number 1, 2, maintain my peace, 3, use that serenity prayer, and 4, do the next right spiritual thing. Pray for my family. And pray that God's will be done in their lives. Because like anything else, it will and has had a ripple effect. But I'm at peace. And I'll close with this. My son, we go through our little whatever. And, he ain't really been talking to me, whatever, Okay, it is what it is, right? So he texted me, you okay? I didn't respond back. Okay? Because now you're responding to a situation that it doesn't matter. I didn't respond. How about that? All right. So, that was my reasons, whatever. So later on, he calls me, and I could have made the choice to not answer it, but I answered it. What's up? How you doing? I'm fantastic. He said, well, how you feeling? I said, fantastic. He said, but what's going on? I said, yeah, I feel fantastic. I do. I said, because that's how I do. I feel fantastic. I'm at peace. I'm good. He said, oh, okay. And hung up the phone. See, before my humanness want to engage in drama. No, I don't need no freaking drama in my life. No, God's in control. People make choices. People make decisions. People have to be held accountable. People have to be held responsible, just like I am. I don't need no pity party. Ain't trying to give no pity party. I want to lead by example of how these 12 spiritual principles gives me the victory of surrender. I got to go, y'all. I got to go. Do you enjoy today? Huh? You enjoy today? Okay, so let me close with this. So my nephew recuperating, my brother's in jail, whatever's going to happen. And I'm great. I'm fantastic, right? I love you. You love me. We are one big family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too? Ooh, 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 ooh. Miss Cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. Free to hope. From recovery, emerge empowered to give hope to others, help others prosper equally in an authentic and transparent way in order to be impactful. God bless you. If it's His will, we be united tomorrow. I'll be here. And if I see you, then you were chosen too. Victory of surrender. What do you need to surrender all to today? Enjoy the freedom.